Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avax. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, I'd encourage you to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at AVAX on the daily chart, as you can see, we still have the same Fibonacci retracement here. Now, if you want to know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, then there's going to be a link down below in the description. You can watch that video to understand how the Fibonacci retracement works, and then you can come back and continue watching this video. And I think that's going to be useful for you in general, especially considering the fact that the Fibonacci retracement is something that I use constantly in my TA analysis. So if you want to keep watching this channel, then obviously it's best if you understand what I'm talking about. And I think watching that video is going to help you out quite a lot. So like I said, the link is in the description. Feel free to watch that. Now let's continue. So we still have the same Fibonacci retracement. The swing low was printed back in July and June of 2021, and the swing high was back in February of 2021. So right now, what we're doing is we're coming back down to the swing low that we printed here during 2021 summer, and we are well on our way to this support block. Now, this is the exact same support block that I gave you back in July last year. I told you that this would be an incredible buying opportunity, and look what happened. Look what happened. We had this massive bull run, and let me just zoom in so you can see what happened here. So we got a very nice double bottom pattern here. If you go on the weekly chart, it's going to be a bit better, but with the wicks here, you can see that it was still a double bottom pattern, you could say, with a very nice target to the upside. The target was met, but then we absolutely flew. So anyone who sold here or here and thought he was going to buy back at a pullback or even here, well, they were wrong. They simply sold and they left the project while the price went all the way up to 130 or $140-ish. So this support block is something that we're going to be retesting, and actually right now we are already retesting it, as you can see. For the past couple of days, we have been wicking towards the upper area of the support block, and make no mistake about it, at least I think we're going to be coming back down into the support block, and I've been talking about this for many weeks, right? If you've been paying attention and you have been watching these weekly AVAX updates that I do on Sundays, then you probably had some buy limit orders set up from here all the way down to the $9.40 mark. Now, if I zoom back out and I see how low we've gone since the all-time high, so we're down 92.6%. And to be honest with you, we still could go lower. Like, we still could go lower because altcoins typically go 95 to 97%. So 95% would be somewhere around 95, or 95% would be somewhere around $7. So it is quite possible that we're going to lose this low and go even lower. Now that's going to be negative, obviously, but we don't know if that's going to be happening. So what we should be doing as investors, we should be dollar cost averaging at a crucial support level, even though we know there's a chance, and a good one at that the price is going to go lower. We still should be prepared for at least a bounce here, right? And like I said, it's not guaranteed, but if you dollar cost average a bit here and it goes lower and you buy even more, that's how investments work, right? But considering the fact that we're already down 92%, this is a pretty good spot to start buying some AVAX coin. So even if you buy a bit here, a bit here, a bit here, a bit here, and then some here at $15, once you're sitting back at $200 the next bull market, I think it's not really going to make a huge difference whether you bought at, let's say, $9 or $9.01. So just consider that it's better to be exposed, somewhat exposed to the markets rather than not being exposed at all, right? But you should never be all in because the markets are going to keep dropping. until they decide to stop dropping, obviously. So you always want to have that extra cash on the side in case there's a black swan event, a flash crash incoming, and you want to have those buy limit orders set up in advance. So like I said, I would be buying pretty good amounts in this support block, in this golden support block, anywhere between $10.64 and $9.40. Now, like I said, if we go lower, we come back up, retest that as resistance, yes, that is quite negative. But as you can see, the move that we had here was pretty strong. So the last support block that I would see below that would be this one. So between $7.40 to $5.85, that's the last support block that I would see. And below that, we have this support level at $4.30. So if we start losing that support block, there's going to be another trading range that could hold us up and would probably be our bear market bottom. But you never know with these flash crashes. You might have very long wicks to the downside, and then you might have a really quick recovery, right? Because, things like that do happen. For example, look at this wick here that we got in May. So you may come back down to the top of this support block, and then you may have a wick all the way down below it. You have a quick recovery, and in 2 weeks' time, you are already back up here, and you have a 50% profit. So that's something to think about. If you're holding AVAX for the long term, then obviously I think anything below $10 is really good for dollar cost averaging, as long as you have a strong portfolio of higher cap altcoins. Putting, let's say, 10% into AVAX, I think that's okay, as long as you're bullish on the project, as long as you're aware of what the team is doing, as long as you're aware of all the roadmap goals and stuff like that, then yeah, sure. And like I said, the last support block here would be at $4.30. We're not going to be really talking about resistance levels, because I think at this point right now I wouldn't be swing trading. But if you want to get out of AVAX for some reason, I would target this yellow resistance trend line at $11.80. You also have the 20 EMA. We're pretty overextended from that, so I would assume there's going to be a back test of resistance in the next week or so. And we have the 55 EMA here at $13. However, if we see quite the move to the upside, quite a relief rally in January, then we could see a move all the way up to the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level at $14.50. So I would be looking at that for a potential swing trade, because we lost this level back in November, and we are yet to see a back test of resistance, right? So you could come up here, back test that as resistance, and then come back down into the support block. So that's something that could happen. Now, I do want to switch to the daily RSI and see what's going on over here. So as you can see, we are below the yellow support trend line. We are in the support block here that we have retested multiple times. As you can see, once in August, once in October, once in November, once in December right now. And every time you were in this support block, you've had a very strong move to the upside. We had a move from August into September, then from October into November, and from November into December. So potentially right now we're going to have a pretty strong move from December into January, but we may just print a lower high, which we've been doing since November. Let me get where's the arrow? Oh my God. Give me a second here. There we go. So as you can see, every time you're printing a high, it's lower and lower. So this high was all the way up here in the overbought. The high in December was slightly lower. The high at the end of December was slightly lower. And right now we might print even a lower high here and run into the yellow resistance trend line and get sent back down. That's also a possibility, but overall, I would simply be buying in this area. And once we get back above into the overbought, that's when I would consider swing trading. That's my plan, and well, that would be my plan if I had some AVAX coins. Personally, I don't own any. I'm buying into different projects. So let's switch over to the Binance chart real quick. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. So jumping into the weekly chart, as you can see, we are breaking down from this falling wedge pattern, which is quite unfortunate because this is a bullish pattern. But I guess now we are in that 25% chance where we see a break to the downside. And we're retesting, based on the weekly candles, we're retesting this low that we printed in July of 2021. So we're right bang on that support. So putting some money at this level would be smart, simply for historical reasons. But that doesn't mean that we can't go a bit lower. But like I said, it's always smart to dollar cost average at pretty important support levels. Now, based off of the weekly chart, the next support block is going to be anywhere from $4.65 to $2.88. So it is possible we could go down here. Obviously, we could go all the way down here and stay here for a couple of months until we start getting into the next bull market. That is totally possible, especially considering the fact Bitcoin could still go back to $12,000. Now, I don't know if that's going to be happening. That's why I'm dollar cost averaging into the altcoins that have dropped the most from their June low or from their July low here. And Avax still hasn't done that. So Avax is holding pretty strong. That's why I wouldn't recommend putting a lot of money at this level, but dollar cost averaging just slightly is going to be smart, because if we drop and back test that level as support, we might as well retest this level before seeing a further move to the upside. So that's something you should keep an eye on. You could drop a lot of buy limit orders in this area. You know, if you have like $1,000, just put 10 orders, $100 each, and hope that all of them get filled with a wick and during a flash crash or something in that nature. But I wouldn't be buying all in at one price for sure. Now, going into the weekly RSI, as you can see, we are in this channel down pattern, and we're hoping for a retest. We're hoping for a retest off of the support of the channel, because we had one in August. We had almost a second one in September. We had one in November. And right now, if we have one in January, this could provide us with a nice bounce all the way up into the resistance of the channel pattern, where we could take some profits potentially in February or March, of course. But I guess, no, that would be almost, the end of February, early March, just like we had a pump in 2022. Early in the year. So that's something to keep in mind. The weekly stochastic is absolutely in the oversold. So based off of this indicator, it's always, well, since May last year, it's always good to dollar cost average based off of this indicator. Well, since last year, I mean 2022, it's a bit weird because it's already 2023. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. The MACD still hasn't had its bearish cross, so we're going to be waiting for that, just like we had one here in January last year in 2022. So if we have one in 2023, that could be quite negative, because keep in mind, we're waiting for the Fed to stop increasing the interest rates, and I don't think that's going to happen in February. It could happen in March, it could happen in May. Now, once that happens, that's when I think we can fairly say that the bottom for Bitcoin has been printed. Now that's pretty much everything I have for you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, share the video around, because all of the support really helps the channel get out there. And if you want to check me out on Patreon, the link is going to be down below in the description, and you can also check out my Twitter. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.